So yesterday or was it the day before? I'm not sure. There was a situation at the Capitol. I believe it was at the Library of Congress or some shit like that. And so I want to go into this. The Capitol bomb threat suspect charged with threatening to use weapon of mass destruction. Floyd Ray Roseberry said at a hearing Friday that he didn't have my mind medicine in 2 days. All right, so this is from NBC. Let's watch.
Outside the Library of Congress, warning police he was armed with a power. 5 tense hours parked outside the Library of Congress, warning police he was armed with a powerful bomb. Floyd Ray Roseberry climbed out of his pickup truck and crawled toward police.
He gave up and did not resist, and our folks were able to take him into custody without incident.
The 49-year-old North Carolina man's surrender captured on video, a peaceful end to a day-long standoff that rattled Washington and a Capitol community still traumatized by the events of January 6th.
Guys, I found me a place to park.
Roseberry parked his truck on the sidewalk about a block from the Capitol just after 9 a.m., live streaming on Facebook as he reported himself to 911.
Looks to me like I'm getting ready to make a phone call.
He made rambling anti-government statements and said he had a bomb in the truck's toolbox, showing a device that appeared to be a detonator. Facebook soon cut off his live stream, and law enforcement surged in, setting up a wide perimeter and evacuating several nearby buildings, including the Supreme Court and a House office building. Roseberry communicated with police at first using a dry erase board, at one point writing, "Don't shoot me." Police eventually sent in a robot with a phone to communicate more clearly, but he never used it, surrendering instead.
Right now, we have no indication that he was acting with anyone else, but that, again, is part of the ongoing investigation.
Capitol Police said later they found possible bomb-making materials inside the truck, but not a working bomb. The standoff marked the third major security incident on Capitol Hill this year, following the deadly January 6th insurrection and a Good Friday incident in which a man rammed a security barrier, killing a Capitol Police officer. The standoff drawing an outpouring of support online for the Capitol Police from lawmakers, including Hawaii Senator Brian Schatz, who tweeted, "They've been through hell in 2021 and deserve our gratitude."
I don't care about that. All right, so let's read. The man suspected of carrying out a bomb threat outside the Library of Congress was charged Friday with 1 count of threatening to use a weapon of mass destruction and 1 count of threatening to use an explosive device. Said he was having trouble understanding the proceedings, telling the court he had not had his mind medicine in 2 days. It wasn't clear what medication he was referring to. Citing a relative, prosecutors alleged that Roseberry recently expressed anti-government views and intended to travel to Virginia or Washington, D.C. to conduct acts of violence. That relative also said, according to the charging documents, that he ordered a trench coat to protect him from the taser and pepper ball guns, and he would just tip his cowboy hat at the police. Interesting. Roseberry allegedly drove a lifted four-wheel pickup onto the sidewalk near the U.S. Capitol, phoned authorities, and claimed he had a bomb on board the vehicle. So what I am more interested in is some of the other information, and I found this Twitter thread that gives us some more information onto what was going on. This is from Emily G on twitter.com. I will link this in the description of the video. But here are some examples of Facebook likes. Just Rivals, don't know what that is. Citizens for Tobacco Rights. What? Yes, I'm right. Ugh. White Lives Matter. Ugh. U.S. Patriot News. Ugh. Fair. Federation for American Immigration Reform. Don't know what that means exactly. Buffett Senior Healthcare. 420 Today. No good, folks. This is why I quit weed for a week. I haven't had any weed in 7 days, folks. 7 days. And I knew that the reason why I quit marijuana was because there would be someone who likes marijuana try to destroy the U.S. government. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to preemptively stop smoking weed. I'm done with that hobby, that habit. It's done. Defense of freedom. Don't tread on me. All that's entertainment. We are Trump Nation. Marijuana World News, High Times. Pops Corp, Carp Lake, Gibbons Ford, Donald Trump Jr., Arnold Schwarzenegger. Interesting. Liberty upheld, The Inquisitor, Numbers USA, Fox News, Donald J. Trump. So these are his Facebook likes. According to a Facebook video associated with the account, he has a dead man's trigger laden with a tannerite linked to an audio detonator Facebook posts include a regular array of right-wing proto-white nationalist talking points, including anger at transgender people being allowed in the military, black on black and black on white crime, anti-masking, anti-Democrat Party sentiment. He claims that 4 other people stationed around the city. That seems to have not been true. Facebook post on his now deleted profile from May of this year show him talking about how he's a dead man walking. One of his streams, he talked about healthcare getting cut off. The grievances of these right-wing militants sometimes have a grounding in reality, e.g. healthcare coverage denial, but they often mix this with ridiculous conspiracies. So that's another very, very good point about all of this, is that a lot of people turn to conspiracies because they have nowhere else to go. There's nothing else. And they go online in search of meaning, and the first thing that they see that grabs them are these conspiracy theories. Like, how come someone getting denied healthcare coverage didn't make them a radical communist? It's because they were maybe in a family situation where people were conservative, and that's just kind of what's ingrained in their head. Maybe they went on Facebook, and Facebook is dominated by right-wing garbage, right? It's just very possible that they just got grabbed into a conspiracy. And of course, that's not to absolve these people of any of their problems or any of their violent actions, but it's to say, we need to figure out what the hell's going on here. Why are people getting denied healthcare? That doesn't make any fucking sense at all. But either way, this is not good. This is also a dangerous trend that's going on of right-wingers threatening violence, enacting violence, killing people. I don't think that this is going to get any better. I really don't. I think right-wingers genuinely, they literally think the election was stolen, which it wasn't. Of course, Joe Biden is the legitimate winner of the 2020 election, but they actually think. They, are in their own fantasy world. It's like they're in an alternate universe, like a fucking, side branch of quantum reality, but they're actually in this universe. It's like the Mandela effect or something. They woke up one day and was like, wait a second, Biden's brother, whoa, right? And they're also extremely violent. Right-wing ideology is violent. It's predicated on violence. The whole purpose of right-wing ideology is violence. It's, we want a white ethno-state, we don't like immigrants' rights, we don't like poor people, all that kind of stuff. The whole ideology is literally, it's deep fried in violence. And so, when you've got these people who genuinely living in an alternate reality where, their Lord and Savior, Jesus J. Trump or whatever, is, not the president, they will do anything that they can to make that a reality. And so, really, it's just horrifying. This is the world that we live in, but, Lord have mercy.